Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another episode of CritiCarter, the show where I turn you into a cinephile. The new movie, directed by John Madden, written by Matthew Vaughn, Jane Goldman, and Peter Strahan, and starring Jessica Chastain, Sam Worthington, Marton, Csokas, Helen, Mirren, Tom Wilkinson, and Ciaran Hinds. This film, which is a remake of the 2007 Israeli film Hahav, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, tells the story of three ex-Mossad agents who find themselves haunted by a mission gone wrong 30 years from their past. This movie was cast perfectly. It's always a challenge when you have a film where your main characters are seen at two very different points in their lives. Here you have, the original mission, which took place back in 1965, and the modern day, not modern day per se, but 1997. To get actors that look like either an older or younger version of whoever's cast first, always difficult, but this definitely succeeded on all accounts. We saw Helen Mirren get her first shot at the big action game last year when she was in Red alongside Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman. A bit more realistic, obviously, but she does just as good a job as she did the first time around. Tom Wilkinson, who's had no shortage of film roles lately, is just as impressive as he ever is. Having to act alongside a powerhouse like Helen Mirren, you really gotta bring your A game. And he certainly does. Ciaran Hinds, who many of you would probably not recognize, actually, from his role as Aberforth Dumbledore in Part 2 of the Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, doesn't really get a lot of screen time in this film, for reasons I won't go into, but the few scenes that he does share with Helen Mirren, he's also able to bring the heat, as they say. Jessica Chastain is just having the time of her life, I would imagine. This is her third major film so far this year after The Tree of Life and The Help, both of which were phenomenal in their own ways. And she shows no signs of stopping. If she doesn't get some sort of acting, at least nomination when award season comes around next year, I would be very surprised. Marton Csokas, hadn't really heard anything from him before seeing this picture. He did just as great a job as anybody else, really. I'd be interested to see other films that he's been in, having seen this now. Finally, Mr. Sam Worthington. He gave an abysmal performance in Clash of the Titans last year, but I'm glad to see that he's finally figuring out how to hold an accent for the entirety of filming, because there's only so many roles you can play talking like yourself, being able to come across believably. I haven't seen the original Israeli film that this was based on, so I can't make any comparisons like I did with Fright Night, but I will say that the script was not just solid, but strong, and you didn't always know where it was going next. If you want more examples of the great writing of Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman, I'd say look to Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class that came out earlier this year. With a solid script and great performances, I'm hoping this isn't just another slap-in-the-face remake compared with the original. I'd give it a solid 4 Old Assassins. Next week, I'll be seeing Steven Soderbergh's new ensemble picture, Contagion. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about virus movies and what you think about The Debt, if you've seen it. I hope you did.